Over 1,500 international companies have expanded their business into Northern Ireland. Could your business be next? Find out why Northern Ireland is a leading location for technology innovation and development.
This is Matt Crane, and on this episode of The Lantern, we have Ethan Pierce, the founder of Adaptive Reader. Excited to learn what he's building at the intersection of AI and education and talk about what's going on at the Harvard iLab as he scales his startup. So, Ethan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
What is Adaptive Reader? What is your team building?
Yeah, so central problem, right? Only 4% of readers globally, adults, can read at a high school level in English. So we're talking about 96% of the population that can't do that, including 54% of American adults can't read above a sixth grade level. And this is really epidemic sort of literacy issue in K-12 schools as well. So we built this technology where we can take books and we upload a book once, and then we can generate leveled reading adaptations. So we can take Frankenstein from an 11th grade level to an 8th grade level to a 5th grade level.
That's cool.
And then we can translate it into 30 plus languages and print it on demand. So this is Frankenstein right here. This one is written to a 5th grade level, translated into Spanish. And so a student can actually grab this, they can scan the QR code on the back, and we've got a pending patent where they can jump to these numbered passages and it will start reading aloud right from that point.
That's awesome. That's AI done well. Now, as we think about the moment in time that you're at, it's been almost 2 years that you've been working on Adaptive Reader. What is going on inside the startup that you want to share with us all?
Yeah, I think the big thing, we started with public domain content. So we've got about 1,400 titles in our core catalog, but we're just seeing tremendous growth and traction with publishing partnerships. So we can work with one of these publishers, they upload their content once, and now we can create thousands of different versions of that title and print it anywhere in the globe. And so we're allowing those publishers to radically increase their total addressable market and internationalize.
That's cool. And you've learned a lot from building Adaptive Reader and your startup career. Beyond that, what is something that you would share with up-and-coming operators, other founders, even investors in the Boston ecosystem and beyond about what you've learned building startups?
Yeah, so I've been a product guy my whole career. Started in UX design, moved into product management, have done the 0 to 1 thing more times than I care to admit in corporate innovation labs or as an early stage startup member. I think one thing that I've seen change dramatically is just the product cycle, going from 18 months to 6 months to 6 weeks to, I was visiting a friend in Austin. He's an engineer at Meta, and he rebuilt a Google Travel application and deployed it on the App Store in a weekend using AI, using Cursor. And so I think we've just reached this really incredible inflection point from a technology development perspective where product is no longer a moat.
Right.
Product is no longer defensible. And that's hard to say as a product person where that's kind of in my core. And so I think that channel market fit is really the new product market fit.
Interesting.
How do you actually find a unique way to get your product out there that's being under-leveraged, underutilized?
Sure.
And how do you find a unique way to capture value, actually? Because that can be sort of a magic sauce. We're making our digital app, a big part of it is just free for schools and educators. We're not trying to do the same traditional ed tech play, but we're capturing revenue share value with our publishing partnerships.
Yeah, that's great insight. Last but not least, how can we help you? How can we help Adaptive Reader grow in Boston and beyond?
Absolutely. So big thanks for us. If you know any school leaders, so principals, curriculum directors, superintendents, et cetera, would love an introduction to see how we can help them with their multilingual learners, their students with dyslexia or other challenges. And as well, if you know anyone in the sort of publishing world, especially core curriculum, so like textbook or supplemental trade, would love to meet them and share the power of this technology to really transform their business.
This is Ethan from Adaptive Reader, Matt from MGMT Boston, and this episode of The Lantern. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.